Hey, thanks for joining me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between. It's time we have a little chat about something I've been thinking a lot about lately. Today's the first day of Pride Month, and I've got some news about that later. But in this day and age, it seems like it's become increasingly unpopular to be proud of the good old United States of America. And while I'm not one to shy away from pointing out the flaws and imperfections, I still believe it's perfectly all right to feel a sense of pride for the good things this country has accomplished. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there's plenty of reasons to be critical of the United States. We've had our fair share of problems, and pardon me, we're not always on the right side of history. From an inefficient healthcare system to a broken political system, the laundry list of issues can seem never-ending. Oh, excuse me. And believe me, I've ranted about those various issues on this microphone. But I don't like the fact that we can't be proud of something without the standard disclaimers. You know, as a kid, O.J. Simpson was a hero. And I was able to say I liked O.J. Simpson, and now I should say, you know, he was a great running back without always having to say, but I don't condone double homicides, okay? You know, we can like things and not always have to lay out all the bad things that person or that country has done. Let's take a step back and remember, the United States has done some truly remarkable things. We're a country that's been on the forefront of innovation, scientific discovery for decades. From sending humans to the moon, apparently, to pioneering life-saving medical advancements, we've proven time and time again American ingenuity knows no bounds. Let's not forget about their commitment to individual freedoms and the principles of democracy. Now, despite our flaws, we got a system that, at its core, values the rights and voices of citizens. We have a constitution that protects our freedom of speech, our freedom of the press, and our freedom to peacefully protest most of the time. These are principles that many people around the world still yearn for, and we should be proud of the fact that we live in a country that upholds them. The United States has a long and storied history standing up for what's right. Whether it's civil rights movement or the fight for gay rights and gender equality, Americans have shown time and time again we can come together and make progress. We might stumble along the way, but our capacity for change and growth is what sets us apart. So yes, there's plenty of reasons to criticize the United States, and we should continue to hold our leaders accountable for their actions. But let's not forget, it's still okay to be proud of this country. We can be proud of the ideals it was founded on, even as we work to make them a reality for all Americans. We can be proud of the progress we've made and even strive to do better. And most importantly, we can be proud of the people who call this country home for their resilience, their diversity, and their unwavering spirit. So next time someone tells you it's not okay to be proud of the U.S., just remember that we don't have to choose between blind patriotism and unyielding criticism. We can acknowledge our flaws while still celebrating our accomplishments. We can hold our heads high and work toward a better future, because after all, this land is our land, and we have the power to shape it into something truly remarkable. And that's something to be proud of. My name's Tom Coffey. This is the Coffee Nuance Show, the best censored commentary and news show live right now. Flame on. So, just wanted to get that off my chest. I've been accused of being anti-American. I've been accused of my show just hating on everything. That's not how I feel. So to anyone that thinks that, that's what the monologue was about today. The first story that we're going to get to is about Russia. Yeah. Did you hear the latest scandal? The Russians are accusing our NSA of hacking Apple iPhones using secret malware. Well. Seems like the iPhone has become the forbidden fruit for spies. Now we know what Apple meant by state-of-the-art security. They meant state-sponsored hacking. But it's our state. Now, I can see it now. Apple's slogan, bringing you innovation, style, and unintended surveillance since 2007. Remember, it's okay when we do it. So anyway, the Russian Federal Security Service, the FSB, has accused the NSA, our national security agency, of orchestrating a plot to exploit vulnerabilities in Apple iPhones using new malware. According to the FSB, thousands of Apple phones, including those of Russian subscribers and foreign diplomats in Russia, were infected. The FSB claims that Apple and the NSA had close cooperation in this operation. The Russian government echoed these concerns, accusing U.S. intelligence services of using technology companies for large-scale data collection. What are the odds? The FSB's discovery of a joint effort with the Federal Guard Service and the Kremlin have long been skeptical of U.S. technology security. Shortly after the FSB's announcement, cybersecurity firm Kaspersky Labs reported that some of its employees' iPhones were compromised in a targeted cyber attack, potentially relating to these findings. This incident follows an earlier report that the Kremlin instructed officials to avoid using Apple iPhones due to concerns about Western intelligence agencies. So, to this I say, too bad. We can do it. And if a foreign country does it, then you're the bad guy. And when we do it, we're protecting democracy and we're protecting freedom. And I'm not even winking. I mean that. That's what it's about. When we do it, it's okay. Someone else does it, it's the worst thing in the world. Yeah. But does it surprise you if Apple actually did work hand in hand with our NSA? Now, if it turns out that this is true, that Apple's been working with the NSA to compromise iPhones in Russia, what do you think the odds are that they've done it to compromise iPhones right here in the U.S.? They wouldn't do that. So I don't think there's anything at all to worry about. Nothing to worry about whatsoever. So, yeah, just keep tweeting. No big whoop. Anyway, we got a couple more stories today. As it is Pride Month, I got a story about that coming up next. Why did Latvia choose an openly gay president who's tough on Russia? Well, they wanted someone who could handle Putin's advances without flinching. Sometimes the jokes are just for me. But seriously, congratulations to Edgars Rinkovics, making him the first openly gay president in history. The first openly gay president. Here he is, the president of Latvia. You know, looking at that guy, I never would have thought he would be gay. But then again, I can't tell if anyone is. I have zero gaydar whatsoever. I'm not good at any of that stuff. But apparently this guy's openly gay, president of Latvia, and he's very committed to Ukraine. So that will help you in politics if you're in that area, because that'll get your country a lot of extra good stuff. We'll send them some good stuff. So I imagine that this guy will be receiving lots of things. I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Biden comes in and turns out that we got a couple $100 million for Latvia too. you know, I think it's the right thing to do since it is Pride Month. So, yeah. But next, we need to celebrate a little bit more, and let's celebrate with Lizzo. Hey, did you hear about Lizzo contemplating quitting the music industry because of body shaming on social media? I mean, I get it. She's tired of dealing with all those trolls, but if I can speak directly to you, Lizzo, you got to toughen up. Look at Adele. She's been getting fat jokes thrown at her for years, but she just takes it in stride, keeps belting out those soulful tunes. Maybe Lizzo should take a page out of Adele's book. Hit the gym with all that good as hell money. Now, I'm not saying she needs to be a supermodel or anything, but, you know, a little cardio wouldn't hurt. Now, let's face it. If you're going to be a big star, you got to have thick skin. So this was kind of, this whole Lizzo thing is really interesting. Every time I see a picture or a video of her, I have to double check to see if it's AI, because it is really, it's hard to imagine that someone would dress this way. Like every time, I'm shocked every time. It's like one of those things I keep getting fooled. You know, I'm like, oh, is this AI made to make her look bigger? No, it is. But, you know, what is the point of becoming a superstar millionaire if you can't use all that money to take care of yourself and to be healthy? This whole idea that you can be healthy at this weight is just, it's wrong. It's anti-science. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. I mean, you can be that big and you know, eat a better diet and get some exercise and stuff like that, but that's not healthy. You don't see 100-year-old women that size. You just don't. And you know, Lizzo considers this to be trolling. And the tweet that went viral was someone said, how can Lizzo be this fat when she's, you know, dancing so much? That's not really negative. It's an honest question. How can you be that big if you're dancing that much? Something is wrong. Go to your doctor. Get your glucose checked. Get your thyroid checked. Something's not right. Because if you're dancing that much and you're eating a healthy diet, you should never be that big. So I don't think that this is trolling necessarily, Lizzo. I think if you're truly a fan of Lizzo, maybe you should let her know and make her quit the music business. You know, she made a tweet about, you know, maybe I'll just quit. I think I'm going to quit and move, get my millions and my man and move to a farm. That might be a real good thing. That might save your life. That might save Lizzo's life. So if you're a big fan of Lizzo and you want her to live a long life, which I would like her to live a long life. I have nothing against Lizzo. She makes the best, I don't know, kind of milquetoast, middle of the road pop music that you could hear in the Gap. You know, like who's better at that kind of music, right? She's great at that. But I'd like her to live a long life. So I think the right thing to do is to body shame her to quit, and maybe she'll take care of herself. Because this body positivity thing, it doesn't seem to be working for Lizzo. That's just my take. That's just my take, but whatever. Anyway, I got another story, and this one you're probably not going to hear about a lot in our press. Hey, did you hear about the militant from the Gulf cartel who was caught with a U.S.-made anti-tank missile launcher? Talk about regifting gone wrong. Apparently they thought, hey, let's give Ukraine a break and bring this beauty back home. And I guess recycling is important, even in the criminal underworld. But let's be honest, it's not your typical hand-me-down. I can only imagine the awkward moment when they realized they forgot to remove the Made in USA tag. Yikes. Yeah, so a militant affiliated with Mexico's Gulf Cartel, big drug cartel, was filmed carrying a U.S.-made anti-tank missile launcher, possibly a Javelin. Similar missiles have been supplied to Ukraine by the U.S. How'd that get there? Leading to concerns about weapons ending up in the wrong hands. The Gulf Cartel is known for drug smuggling and other criminal activities. In a recent incident, they apologized after mistakenly kidnapping and killing 2 Americans. So, one of the big gun problems that we've heard about in Mexico, and we've heard the president of Mexico talk about this, pretty much all the guns are coming from the U.S. All of the guns are smuggled over the border into Mexico. And now it's not just U.S. regular guns. They're getting military equipment from Ukraine. How are they doing that? How are they doing that? That's interesting. I mean, is there corruption in Ukraine? That they might be taking the military equipment that the United States is generously giving them, and they're turning around and selling it to drug cartels for money? Wow. Well, I hope that's not true. It's probably not true, which is why all of the corporate media seems to be keeping this story under wraps. And it's probably for good reason, because we don't need any fake news like this getting out there. That's just my take. But I don't know. It's getting a little scary if cartels have anti-tank missiles. Yikes. Well, we need some good news, and because it is Pride Month, I'm making this American Pride Month, and every story, every good news story is going to be something awesome that you can do in the U.S. So let's get to that. You know what's hilarious? Hiking. Yeah, nothing says fun like getting lost in the middle of nowhere and realizing your smartphone is about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. But hey, thank God for technology, right? We can pull out our phones, get ready to use our fancy GPS app, and oh wait, no reception. Fantastic. But fear not, my fellow hikers. There's a hiking app called Hiiker with 2 eyes. They're offering free offline trail maps, so you can now get lost with confidence. I mean, you'll still be lost, but at least you'll know exactly which trail you're lost on. So, this is not just a free pitch for this app. This is actually something that I have downloaded myself, and I am using. It's a popular hiking app called Hiiker, Hiiker. It's made 27,000 trail maps available for free download in an effort to enhance hiker safety. The app recognizes the common problem faced by hikers who lose reception and need to reorient themselves. To address this issue, Hiiker has released all trail maps in its database for offline use, allowing hikers to be better prepared for those hikes. By offering free access to offline maps, Hiiker aims to prioritize hiker safety. Unlike other hiking apps, which I have tried, that all charge for offline map access, Hiiker believes this service is crucial and should be available to all hikers, no cost. The app's gained significant popularity with over 600,000 users worldwide, in collaboration with trail management organizations to ensure up-to-date data. So the Continental Divide Trail Coalition has welcomed the news of free offline maps provided by Hiiker. So I do think that this is good news. I will admit that I have tried some other hiking apps, and I don't want to pay for them, right? It's hard to pay for something if, like let's say you go on 3 hikes a year, you don't really want to have to pay the whatever amount every month just to have access, just to have offline access to the maps. And so this is cool because they're concerned about safety. And, just because you don't want to pay a couple bucks and then you end up lost, that's no good. One thing that I have learned is your GPS often will work no matter where you are. And so if you have an offline map, you can look at the map and the GPS will show you where you are on that map. I've used that in foreign countries and whatnot with no Wi-Fi, with no cell service whatsoever. You can still get GPS to work, but if you don't have a map, it's just a blue dot. It's a blue dot on a blank screen. So if you have an offline map that you can use, GPS will still save you. And having these offline maps, I think, is a real positive thing. I downloaded the Wildwood Trail here in Portland to try out. I haven't done it yet, but I've got it downloaded on my phone. I'm ready to check it out. So if you use this app, let me know about it. Let me know how it worked for you. I think it's great if companies are actually looking out for safety and not prioritizing money. Sometimes you can do the right thing. So that's cool. Anyway, stick around for the after show. I'll be going through all your comments. And tomorrow is Friday. It's a Fact Check Friday. Got some more interesting community notes, news. Has to do with AI. I'll be talking about that tomorrow. But I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you soon. Peace. Okay, here we are. After show. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Well, let's see. The graphic doesn't work there, does it? Okay. Anyway, here we are. What's up to everybody on all the platforms? On the... Let's see. There we go. There we go. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. Whatevs. Okay. Miranda's over on Rumble. What's up? Good to see you. Duggo says hello. And Miranda, yes, it looks like you are not able to use the emotes. I did promise that I would have a lesson on that today. It wasn't a lie because I believed it when I said it. But my iPhone was totally dead, and I decided to look at it right before the show started, and I just wasn't able to get ready. So maybe tomorrow. I'm sorry about that. But I do want to walk you all through how to use the emotes on Rumble. So we'll get to that shortly. Over on the YouTube, Apothecary John checking in. Love it. Love it. Sweet background. Thank you, Natasha. I'm glad that you like that. Who's looking for green? Almost overlooked thumbnail. That's right. I had a different looking thumbnail today. We gotta try different stuff. Maybe we'll get more than 10 viewers. Natasha says, I used to be proud to be an American, then downgraded to grateful, and now I'm just resigned. Or resignated. Not sure if I'm reading that right. I'm I think you can be proud. And, I really want to stress this idea that, you can like things and you don't always have to say, and I don't, I acknowledge all this other bad stuff about it, You can like a director and maybe he did some bad stuff in his personal life. You don't have to then every time you talk about him say, but I condone this, I don't condone this behavior. It's just silly, It's like, I'm going to go see Noel Gallagher this weekend. I go, oh, I really love Oasis. Well, but I just want to make sure that I don't agree with all of the things that the Gallagher brothers have ever done in their entire life. They've done some pretty naughty things, and just because I'm a fan of them doesn't mean that I promote every single thing. Stop. It's silly that we have to do that. It should be understood. It should be understood. You can be like, yeah, I like Michael Jackson's music, and that should be enough. It should go without saying that you're against things that might have happened at Neverland Ranch, right? We don't always have to say that. We can just say, I'm proud of the good things about America. It doesn't mean that you're proud of the bad things, right? That should be understood. And that was kind of the point of my monologue today. This land is our land. That is true. And it's your land. I thought we knew Silicon Valley worked with the intelligence community since Snowden. Yeah, I mean, I might have been a bit sarcastic in that story. Yeah. Ben Shapiro did an AR art session recently. One subject was Lizzo and Jabba the Hutt shaking hands over a business deal. They were both the same size. Well, I will, just a spoiler alert, Jabba the Hutt is not real. That is a make-believe character, and so I don't think that they're the same size. Even in the movie, I don't think that they're the same size. Oh, literal, Tom. Yeah, sometimes I'm literal. Apparently, the U.S. aims to arm the whole world. Now, that is something to be proud of. Yeah, exactly. Something to be proud of. Our technology is going everywhere, even into the hands of the cartels. So, I never got lost hiking, but I did stay out too late once. It's dark out there at night. Do you use a hiking stick, Tom? That was a game changer for me. Camelback also. Often when I go hiking, I'm not doing these like 20-mile hikes. I will do like a 6-mile hike, maybe up to 10-mile hike, but usually like 4 to 6 mile hike, nothing too much. And so I really don't need a camelback, that's a water carrier thing it's got a little tube and makes it nice and easy. Often I'll just have a couple of beers that I'll put in a fanny pack. That works. That keeps me hydrated. But yeah, you always want to stay hydrated. And yeah, I mean, if during the day, it's not like you're really going to get lost often, but no one plans on getting lost, right? No one ever says, oh yeah, it was my plan to come out here and totally get lost. That's never anyone's plan. So I think having an app like this that you can download your hike beforehand, have it set up, and then even if you're out of cell phone service, you're going to be able to use that map. And I think that that's really going to be a good thing, and that's good for people that don't go for hikes all the time. Maybe only go for a couple hikes a year. So I think it's going to be a good thing. I like that. If we do spy on foreign nations, this is OX_00. If we do spy on foreign nations, we should not do the same domestically. No, not a chance. We would not do the same domestically. Oh, that's true. So the NSA is doing this to Russians because they're the bad guys. And they certainly wouldn't do it to the U.S. And if they figured out how to do it for iPhones over in Russia, probably has to do with their alphabet. They probably couldn't use it on our alphabet. That's my assumption. That's my assumption. I know, I'm just being silly. I have some hiking poles, but I don't know. I don't really use them. I'm not. I guess I never go far enough that would be a big deal to me. I'm not that serious of a hiker, but I like getting out in nature. I think that's really good. But I just don't want to push it too much. So, yeah. I used a walking stick for 6-yard hikes. I don't even know what that is. My yard requires a walking stick. It's treacherous. Oh, I get it now. I get it now. Very nice. So anyway, that was it. That was the idea. What did you think of just the idea that it's okay to be proud? You can be proud of this country. The country's done a lot of really good things. And yeah, it's done a lot of messed up things too. But when someone says they're proud of something, they're proud of the good things. They're not proud of the bad things. Obviously. Obviously. So I want to try to emphasize that more. I think sometimes my stories can come across as kind of being anti-establishment, anti-government, and I'm coming from a place that I just want things to be better, not that I think that they're the worst in the world. And sometimes I think you just have to make that clear. So anyway, that's it for today. Happy Pride Month, everyone. And I will be back mañana with a Fact Check Friday and a walkthrough on the Rumble app. So I'll see you then. Have a beautiful day. Peace.